seconds.
They're doing it for every girl out there. It's not just for themselves. It's so much bigger than that. These girls want this just as much as any other guy on the field. They're gonna change the game. They're gonna be the ones. We have to win this.
My name is Nova, and I will be your
AI
guide. Let us begin. The WNXL is a dream brought to life by a player base and an industry who believe that the time has come for more girls and women to find the sport of paintball. While women can and do currently compete with men in paintball leagues across the world until now has never really seen them. The goal of the WNXL, its teams and its players, is to change that. The WNXL was created to shine a spotlight on these female pioneers, the ones who hope to inspire more young girls to get involved in a sport, to find their tribe, and to build up their self-confidence. This is year 1. These are the Heroines.
The WNXL is an avenue for women to get comfortable enough to learn and to grow.
There's not a lot of us. It's a male-dominated sport, for sure.
There was always stigma around female players.
They don't take us seriously, or they think we're not good enough. We are good enough.
I feel like the WNXL has definitely opened up a lot more opportunity for a lot of people.
It's hard for a girl to get out there. It's really hard for a girl to get out there.
This isn't just a random sport. This isn't some place where girls are like the trophies, you know? They are the women that freaking can play paintball.
All right, guys, so obviously we're sitting at the top of the seed, and that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything, right? Take it very serious today, right? Play your best, play like you mean it. We're the team to beat, we know that, right? But the work does not stop, literally ever.
I ain't tryna break you down, but for real, you might as well give up now. Think you got a chance, but I don't see how. Got a real tight grip when I hold that crown. My life been good and bad and all around. The more things I lost, the more I found. One thing I taught myself to do, no matter the problem, refuse to lose. So, how you want it, man, you can choose. If you can't take the heat, don't light the fuse. See, I walk in slow and ignite the room. Like fire, everything I touch, I consume. I'm getting up while y'all just snooze. While you make breakfast, man, I'm on the move. I'm the first one in and the last one out. Whoever owns the place gotta drag me out. In me I trust, yeah, I smell like success, this Elon Musk, huh? Everybody wanna be like us, we don't stop, cause the top just ain't enough, huh? I ain't never gay no ups, I ain't scamming, you know admin, no blush, huh? Came here ready to fight on this night, you better just run for your life.
So, you may be asking yourself, what is the objective of the game? The tournament format consists of 2 teams facing off for 15 minutes. At the end of regulation time, whichever team has the highest amount of points wins. In order to receive a point, you will need to touch a buzzer that is on your opponent's side of the field. You could also receive a point from your opponent conceding. The WNXL hosted 3 events for its inaugural year in 2022, 2 in Florida and 1 in Pennsylvania. The Heroines are currently placed in a 3-way tie with Dallas Vibe and Destiny for the series title. With the last event of the year being 2 weeks away, everything is on the line.
wipe this off, all right? Get the anger out in the next 5 minutes. It's all we're giving each other. 5 minutes to be pissed, and then bring it back in, okay?
Paintball for me is a big stress reliever. I love the mentality and the physicality needed to play this sport. The WNXL has definitely made me a much better player, made me strive to be even better than I always do.
Paintball has always kind of been an outlet for me. It gets me through like some really tough times. I've met a lot of amazing people through paintball, a lot of people who even just took the time of day to help me grow within the sport. And it was just so easy to stick to. You know, it was always something to look forward to every weekend. You know, you get done with your work week and you look forward to doing something for your weekend that's meaningful.
Paintball has always been very special for me, and I started about 12 years ago, and me and a whole bunch of my close friends, we always try to do something a little bit different and unique for our birthdays. So we went out with just rec-ball guns and had a blast. I loved it. I love the fast-paced paintball. I've always been huge into an adrenaline rush, and I don't know, just trying something different.
As soon as I played it, I got immediately hooked, and the first time I played, I just kept coming back every single weekend. I, got involved and got into, the paintball community, which has always been awesome. And it's just an addicting sport that I never got back out of. I had tried other sports beforehand, but yeah, paintball's just it.
I found this sport on accident, honestly. Some guy came into my work wearing paintball pants, and I was kind of like, I used to race motocross, so I was like, oh, those aren't motocross pants, what is that? And he's like, paintball. He's like, come out and try it. I feel like you would really like it. And here we are. I'm sitting in this chair now, playing for the Heroines, playing for Team USA.
For my Sweet 16, I wanted to do something different than everybody. And oddly enough, it was actually a superhero versus villain party. The second I got on the field, the adrenaline, the whole feeling was like there. I wanted to be it. I wanted to be there. The next day, I used my birthday money and bought my gun. I literally was like, this is what I want to do.
Paintball is played on an open field full of objects called bunkers. Each team uses code words for different zones, bunkers, and calls. Major paintball tournaments release a different field layout for each event weeks before competition. Teams practice shooting lanes, running routes, and finding shots.
Great shot, Nicole. Hey, Sobi, I like you pressing, though.
If we just focus on connecting and controlling the zones, we're fine.
Because you got to fill that person in once they...
Which is exactly how a real point is going to play. When there's chaos going on over here, you guys have to tune out the bull, focus on what's important.
I'm gonna just shoot a couple when she gets situated, so she could hold it a snake. We be chilling.
I find myself to be the last one making weird things happen. So. Yeah, sometimes.
Chicago! Get out! Get out! I killed the burrito! Kill the burrito! Hey, the burrito's clear!
Nobody, I don't think, picked up the Xbox, so when I kicked out, I was like, oh, there's a f***ing Xbox. Hey, dude.
Sabi, were you just a little slow going up?
No, I didn't check off the turret at all. My bad.
I was introduced to paintball in 2008. I went to my first event, it was an EPL. I saw it for the first time and I was like, what on earth is this? Because I grew up playing very conventional, all the sports, all the conventional sports. Seeing something like that, I was like really blown away. And this was just a normal like local 5-man, much less, you know, a big event. So it was just instantly my attention was caught.
I started getting into paintball, I guess, through my dad. We started playing in the early 90s. We're a very oriented family. We did everything together, so naturally I wanted to go hang out with my dad, along with my mom and my brother. And yeah, as soon as I turned, I think I was 10 years old, as soon as I can fit into a mask, he let me go try it out. Took me out there and we went with it, and yeah, fast forward about 4 years later, my brother joined us, and it turned into just kind of a family ordeal, and loved it ever since. It's been a good time. I was like in my room like a lot, just like bored, like not doing anything. The only sport I really played was softball at the time, and it honestly got really boring, so I didn't do anything. And then my dad was like, do you want to go play paintball? And I was like, sure, like, yeah dude, whatever, let's go.
Growing up, I didn't have any like really hobbies. I was always the kid in school who just kind of floated around. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I wasn't like super into like any specific type of sport or like anything like that. So I feel like I was 21, so 2015 kind of like gave me my own little like niche hobby to get into that like kind of made me find myself, like I guess like in a way, or like made me realize like how it actually feels to be passionate about something, because before that I really didn't have anything that I was super into on the daily.
We'll start with some one-on-ones, but hey, listen, I want us to set the tone for these guys. You already noticed how late they are. That's a semi-pro team next year, right? So let's set the tone, okay? Be professionals. I've always enjoyed coaching, just whatever it might be in sports in general. So I've always kind of naturally been drawn to it.
It's almost like he knows what to expect out of me, and he wants to push me to be better than that.
When you went across and you posted on her and waited for her to move to look on the inside, you missed that first shot. Those are the ones you need to hit.
Brad McCurley's really taught me a lot more, the little things in paintball IQ, and just the drills with BKI, just dialing everything in.
But that's all valuable information to come off the field. Even the very first point, like, hey, they are shooting that window back at me.
Yeah, okay.
I've been an athlete my whole life, and I always wanted that coach that's gonna tell you straight up, like, you messed up, this is how you fix it, don't do it again. And the way Brad did that with Rosie was like, all right, I want to get serious. I want a coach like that.
If they make the snake, you can stop them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you feel the difference. Like now you're not going to run into each other at all because you go straight forward and she has space.
Yeah, I'm
you know what I mean?
your pod to load my hopper. Thank you.
I think the biggest thing I've learned since becoming a coach is patience, that there's so many different personality styles, especially when it comes to coaching women. You have to cater to people differently. A particular coaching style may not be received the same for one person as another. So I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned in terms of how to deal with different personality types and player types in general, and having the patience to understand that, you know, not everybody's going to receive everything the same way.
Still purple! Krista! Can I go? Oh, yeah, okay.
So I stay, no.
I'm not like funny.
No, I like it though.
I'm gonna go to Cup, pick up all the bitches, you know.
They're always laughing. It's such a wide spectrum of personalities that play off each other in such a fun way that it makes any of the uneventful situations eventful and fun. So I love spending time with this group.
That's one thing that I think a lot of people doubt also about girls in paintball, is that they keep up, that they're not just doing it for novelty's sake, that they really do love the sport. And I absolutely love the sport, and it's one of those things I didn't choose. It just happened.
My parents aren't a fan of paintball. They never were. And They were a spectacle at first until the Heroines came around and were like, hey, you want to play with us? And they actually they started paying attention, watching that video. And when they won, my parents literally got up and started screaming. Like I was like, yes, I finally got him, I finally got him.
When you win, you gotta celebrate. Great job by the Heroines.
Now they realize like it's more than just some club team, more than just me going out and spending all this money. It's the game, it's my passion.
Jen was definitely a big role model for me because like I've never seen a girl that has this perfect like form, you know? And I was like, I gotta be like her. Like I want to be like her.
There weren't a whole lot of women playing paintball, or we weren't seeing them. And I think the not seeing them became important to have them seen. Yes, women can play with the men, they do, but no one knows they're there. And so when the WNXL was formed and everybody asked why, it became important to show them why. And it's because there's a lot of talent out there, there are a lot of role models out there, and it's time we put a spotlight on them.
Listen, game plan aside, we have to be together. That's it. If we play 5-on-5 and we're connecting, nobody will beat us.
All right, yesterday wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough, right? There's points we won we shouldn't have won. There's points we lost we shouldn't have lost, right? I mean, that's not good enough. That's not going to be the top of the line competition, and there's only going to be better, especially on Sunday, right? And you guys remember what it feels like to lose.
We're all way better than this. Clock the in up here right now. This is not going to be a cakewalk. Nobody's going to give us this shit.
Sacrifice their body and push that body, or get that girl out. You're gonna run it in. Any time left? Oh, she doesn't get it by 1 second. Destiny is going to take the match against the Heroines.
I don't ever want to fail that again. I've said it before, right? So clock in today. Play today like it's the event, right? Play with urgency.
Every time that we come out to practice, whether it's from the first event, the Philly event, to now, we're consistently growing. There's something that we do a little better each practice. So I think we're more prepared for this event than we were for the first event.
You have to be quick, you have to be smart. You have to be methodical. It's a lot of stress sometimes, like this build up to World Cup. You know, it can be very stressful.
You're never gonna be physically ready for anything. I feel every practice that we come into, we're a little bit more tired than we expected. And you have to keep the mentality that you're just gonna have to keep pushing through it and pushing through it. Because if you just give up midday, you know, you're gonna give up mid-tournament when it actually means something.
World Cup is 3 days away. Walking into that venue, the energy is just different. You can't prepare yourself for that.
I'm just saying, I know that I feel mentally exhausted, whether it doesn't, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Exactly, we need to feel good on the field, right? So let's do something good on the field together, yeah? And then come out here and celebrate about it. And that's how we get up.
I want to see pure dominance.
We've been grinding now for 7 days. They've been long days, but we've been keep talking about how tired we are, but it's gonna be worth it.
We have to win. There's not really a choice.
When it comes down to it, they're gonna get in that circle and they're gonna look each other in the face and they're gonna go out there and fight for each other.
I want to prove that this team is the dominant team in the league.
They need to do this to prove to themselves that they f***ing earned this.
It's gonna be very hard to swallow if we lose because we worked the entire season together as a whole to get to this point.
We waited all year for this, guys. This is it right here.
Everybody on this team has sacrificed so much, and the time that we've put in for this.
World Cup is a different animal, and you can't ever mentally prepare someone for that.
After 12 years of really hard work, whether people are looking at me or not, everything has come into fruition with the best sponsorships, the best teammates, and I am so glad to be a part of this history.
What's on my mind is going out there and doing the job, doing my job. all of us doing our jobs. The end result is getting up on that stage and popping champagne and getting our rings and getting the medals around our neck. Yeah, that's what's on my mind, is that feeling we felt in Philly, and that's what I want.
They're doing it for every girl out there. It's not just for themselves. It's so much bigger than that. These girls want this just as much as any other guy on the field. It's the biggest event, period. World Cup is 3 days away. Walking into that venue, the energy is just different.
Now, the last time we had a Florida hurricane make landfall in November was back in 1985.
It's not looking so great. They canceled tomorrow's games.
Came off the field upset, frustrated.
We're forgetting how to fucking play paintball and we're being fucking quiet.